The Philippine quest for a true multi-role fighter is no longer an abstract exercise in force design. It is a geopolitical hinge upon which Manila's air power posture and maritime deterrence will turn. In the space of a few months in 2025, the contest narrowed to two credible but very different offers. The United States F-16 Block 7072 via an FMS package that the U.S. State Department cleared in April, and Saab's JAS-39 Gripen family pitched as a compact, sovereign-friendly alternative with attractive industrial offsets. Both bids seek to remedy a hole left by history. The PAF retired its last Northrop F-5s in 2005 and has been operating primarily light fighters and lead-in trainers since. But they do so with divergent philosophies of capability, cost, and national strategy. The F-16 offer is muscular and sprawling. A 20-jet package, priced in public notices at roughly $5.5 to $5.6 billion, that bundles airframes with sensors, munitions, sustainment, and training under the U.S. Foreign Military Sales Framework. Operationally, the Block 7072 brings mature weapons integration, a proven sensor fusion suite, NATO-grade interoperability, and an enormous global logistics and upgrade path. Attributes that matter if Manila seeks not just to patrol the archipelago, but to contribute to alliance-level campaigns and to deny advanced adversary air assets in a high-end fight. Politically, an F-16 purchase signals a deepening security relationship with Washington and access to a vast aftermarket ecosystem. Strategically, it accelerates the PAF toward a force that can contest airspace and perform precision maritime strike and air defense tasks. Yet these strengths carry attendant risks. The price tag is heavy for a developing defense budget. Sustainment can lock Manila into decades of dependence on U.S. spares and doctrine. And recent trade and tariff frictions, plus public caution from Philippine ministers, have injected real uncertainty into whether Manila will sign a multi-billion-dollar check. By contrast, the Gripen proposition is deliberately leaner and framed around sovereignty and life-cycle affordability. Saab pitches the Gripen as a single-engine, lower-footprint, multi-role fighter that is comparatively cheap to operate per flight hour, quick to maintain, and friendly to localized industrial workshare and transfer of technology arrangements. A persuasive sales pitch for a Navy-minded archipelago where basing is dispersed and budgets are finite. The EF variant provides modern sensors and networked combat capabilities that can approach F-16 performance in many mission sets while keeping acquisition and sustainment costs lower. The older CD types can be fielded sooner at lower upfront cost. Politically, choosing Gripen would diversify Manila's suppliers and create stronger bilateral ties with Sweden and with regional users. While operationally, it would give the PAF a nimble platform optimized for the maritime and littoral missions it expects to fight. The downside is real. The Gripen's smaller user base and single-engine architecture limit redundancy and raise questions about long-term upgrade scale compared with the global F-16 fleet. Operational doctrines built around a lighter fighter will differ from those required for heavyweight air defense and deep strike roles. Costs versus benefits are the true crucible for Manila. The F-16 package's headline cost masks lifecycle sustainment, munition spend, and the hidden cost of infrastructure and training to operate a heavier, more complex platform. But it also buys a jump in capability and strategic signaling that could recalibrate regional calculations. The Gripen promises lower total ownership costs, quicker fielding, especially if legacy CD types or a phased EF plan are used, and better prospects for domestic industry participation. However, its benefits rely on Manila prioritizing distributed operations, austere basing, and politically palatable affordability over the capacity to sustain high-intensity, high-altitude air campaigns. Recent reporting and official statements indicate Manila is weighing both the price and the politics. Budgetary constraints have driven proposals to pursue loans rather than budget allocations. And voices in government have publicly questioned whether the F-16 package is fiscally or politically feasible, even after U.S. approvals. Why have negotiations dragged? Partly because the Philippine requirement itself is evolving. The MRF program is no longer merely about replacing legacy jets, but about building an ecosystem. AEW&C, tankers, ordnance, training pipelines, and maintenance hubs, around whichever fighter is selected. The full package expectation increases complexity and lengthens talks as bidders attempt to price not only aircraft, but national industrial offsets, sovereign sustainment, and interoperability guarantees. Domestic politics and macroeconomic constraints compound the delay. Manila's leaders must reconcile a desire for robust deterrence with competing public priorities and sensitivity to dependence on any single foreign power. Finally, diplomatic and commercial frictions, tariffs, conditionalities, and timing of congressional notifications abroad have intermittently slowed decisions and given Saab space to press a competing case. The confluence of a heavy price tag, high political salience, and an expansive program scope naturally produces protracted bargaining. Time pressure is more than administrative. It is operational and existential. The PAF's long absence of a modern heavy multi-role fighter since the F-5 retirement created degradation in institutional knowledge, doctrines, and logistics that cannot be rebuilt overnight. The FA-50s provide a stopgap for light attack and basic multi-role tasks, but cannot emulate the sensors, payload, or endurance of modern fourth-generation fighters. Every year that passes without a decision lengthens the capability gap, complicates training pipelines, and increases the opportunity cost of deferred deterrence in a region where maritime disputes and aerial encounters are escalating. The optimal answer might thus be pragmatic and phased. An initial tranche of aircraft with a clear roadmap for enablers and sustainment, combined with aggressive investment in AEW and C2, would reduce operational risk while preserving fiscal flexibility. In the final calculus, the F-16 offers greater immediate punch and alliance integration at a steeper price and higher political cost. The Gripen offers a more sovereign, affordable path that fits an archipelagic defense concept, but with trade-offs in scale and global support. Manila's choice will reveal not only a procurement decision, but a strategic orientation, deeper tethering to U.S. high-end capability, or a diversified, pragmatic modernization that privileges sustainability and local industry. Neither path is morally or technically wrong. Each reflects a different balance of risk, ambition, and finance. What is unavoidable is urgency. The retirement past of the F-5s and the slow accrual of new capability mean that delay is itself a strategic decision, one that shapes deterrence for a generation. For the informed reader and the concerned citizen, the Philippines stands at a crossroads. The MRF decision will shape basing, budgets, and alliances. It will define how Manila defends its seas and how it honors the lessons of a decade-long absence of heavy fighters. Watch for a judgment that is less about aircraft per se, and more about the kind of military the Philippines chooses to become. Expeditionary and networked, or lean, sovereign and regionally integrated. If you want ongoing, rigorous analysis of the MRF contest and what it means for Philippine security, follow this channel and subscribe. The next updates will matter.